Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are living life. Yeah, we are living right now. I went on Big Six Extra last night. If you haven't caught that already, make sure you go to the Big Six YouTube channel. I did quote the wrong channel, apologies. One of the social posts did say Turkish's channel and it wasn't. It was the Big Six channel. But make sure you go there if you haven't already. I was gloating and showing and loving life, right? And showing everyone what Chelsea Football Club have become and what we're made of. Because right now, I almost forgot that we've got a game tomorrow. That's how mad it's been. And that's how, influenced we've been with all this business and how drilled in we are in terms of just building this team. We've written off this season, except for the Champions League. But when it comes to football now, it's like, oh yeah, we got a game. We got a game against Fulham. All right, so for me, I was like, oh yeah, I've got to give a preview. Okay. Here we are. And it's exciting because it feels like it's mad. After this crazy bonanza transfer window that we've had, it feels like the start of a new season. I don't know about you guys, but do you feel the same? I'm looking at this going, look, the season's a write-off, but we're completely revamping the squad. We're getting rid of loads of players in the summer, and that's for sure. We've already started with Jorginho. He's the first victim. Some would say he's not a victim. He's going to Arsenal. He's going to win a league title. I'll give him that. Fair play. But in the long run, victim. But that's all going to keep coming. And these signings that we've made, there's going to be more. You think we're stopping here? No. And it's already been made clear by Chelsea Football Club and the powers that be that this window was only just the start. It's only just the start. So I can't even begin to fathom what is going to happen at this football club once we get to the summer. Which means that for this season, for the rest of the season, it doesn't really matter what happens, really, does it? Especially in the league. We're 10th. All right, big deal. We're going to get to 7th. Or 6th or 5th. Great, Europa League spot. Lovely. Not really. I'm not fussed about the Europa League, to be honest. I don't like the competition. The Europa League, yes, in terms of playing, a certain caliber of players, if you want to give opportunities to some of your young lads, cool. But look, it's the Europa League. Like, we've been there, we've done it, we've won it. Do we really need to go there again? Since we hadn't won the Europa League or, before that, the UEFA Cup, we went on and done it in 2013 and then we done it before we won the Champions League again. So it's just a case of under Maurizio Sarri. So I'm kind of bored of it. I don't want it anymore. We've had enough. If anything, if I had to choose right now, I'm not even kidding, yeah. And this is going to be a bit shameless, but if I had to choose between winning the Europa League and winning the Conference League, I'd rather go in and win the Conference League because we've not been there before, and it'll be a piece of cake. That's the sort of competition that you can give to your B team and be like, lads, good luck. Let's see how far you can get, and we'll probably still win it. So that means we'll be the only team on the planet to have won every single European trophy in existence. I mean, that's something that you can brag about, right? So this season for me, right off, except Champions League football. And with the signings that we've brought in, it'd be a very Chelsea thing to do for all of a sudden Chelsea to wake up and start playing well and start getting far. It'd be a very Chelsea thing to do. So we'll wait and see. But with these new signings coming in and with what we're looking to do into the summer, next season, the ambition and the aim, I'm taking this season lightly now. I really am. So this game against Fulham, I'm looking forward to it. I'm quite sure we'll win. I'll be shocked if we don't. Now, this is where we got to get to the realistic scenario and the realistic part of the situation, which is this team, Graham Potter, right? It's been made clear Potter's not going anywhere. So we can rave about as much as we want, right? And we have to be realistic and we have to be fair. Am I convinced with Graham Potter and what he's going to do long term? I'll be honest, not yet. There is a chance with these new players to come in for him to start really showing us what he's about. And if he does get the team playing in a way that we want to see and we're getting results because new players are coming in and it gets to the point where we realise, okay, it's just down to the fact that we just need to change the players, then fair enough. At that point, yeah, absolutely keep Graham Potter. But personally, just my opinion. We all have our opinions. My opinion. Am I convinced yet? No. Is he going anywhere? No. So the realistic outcome is, look, we have to ride or die with this team and manager for the rest of this season and see how far we get. I am certain now, because of the way that we've done our business and because of the way that these new owners have conducted themselves. And I'm very, very happy with what I've seen from these new owners. And I have to say, my doubt that I had about the new owners and are they, do they know what they're doing? Are they fully invested? Are they ruthless enough? Everything's been answered. Everything's been answered. Do they know what they're doing? Yes. Are they ruthless enough? Absolutely. They've been at the training ground today, both of them, Todd Bowley and Egbali. The way that they were doing business and some of the things that we're hearing, not just from, sources close to Chelsea, but the Shakhtar Donetsk CEO came out and spoke about what Medad Egbali done when trying to get Mudryk. He contacted him and told him, I'm here. And the CEO of Shakhtar went, what? Where? What do you mean here? He went, I'm at the hotel. He arrived unannounced to get the deal done in Turkey. That's the sort of guy we've got running this football club. We are moving like a prime Italian mafia. That is how we're doing our business. So in terms of ruthlessness and getting things done and being serious, these guys look the part. They really do look the part. And I could not ask for better ownership right now in terms of what we've seen. The business, the backing, the deals, the financial equilibrium, trying to make sure that we get everything balanced and we're not just throwing money out the window. Outgoings, structure, directors, placing people, everything, ruthlessness, the mannerisms that they're doing their business in, everything is spot on. With this window and the way it's gone, is spot on. So I'm not worried now. In terms of the ownership, I am sure that they're going to be looking at this team, Graham Potter, and going, look, we're going to be fair, we're going to be realistic and honest. We're going to back this manager up until the summer when we get rid of loads of these players and we get more in and we transform this team to exactly what we need. And then after that, going into next season, we've got objectives and we've got aims. And it's not going to be a case of, okay, let's have a 3-year process. No. Which is exactly what, deep down, I wasn't ready to settle for. I'll be real. The process is a process, absolutely. But it doesn't have to be 3 years. We've got the means and the resources to get things done quick. So it means once we get investment and we get all the players that we need, at that point, we're ready to go, sunshine. Let's go and compete. And it doesn't mean, yes, we're going to win the Premier League title, but we're going to be up there and we're going to be in the conversation and we need to stay there. And that's a process. Because if you start drifting away from the conversation, at least, you start drifting away from the top 2, 3, and you start just thinking about top 4, it's not where Chelsea belong. Chelsea belong in the conversation. Now, whether we win it or not, we fight to the death. We fight until the last day, and whoever wins it, well done and congratulations. But we need to be in the mix. And that's not just the Premier League, but the other trophies too. We need to be going far year in, year out in these competitions. If you tell me that, look, next season we get second in the league, right? We get to a semi-final of the FA Cup. We get to a semi-final of the Champions League. And that's as far as we've come. Brilliant. Happy days. Cool. We're in the conversation. We're getting close to actually winning these things. And sometimes you just don't win it. It is what it is. But the year after, we win one of them. We win the league. Or we win the cup. Or we go to the Champions League final. Or something happens, and we stay in the mix of those competitions. That's what we aim and strive to do because we have everything at our disposal to do it. So these owners know that. And I honestly think going into next season, that's when Graham Potter is going to be under a microscope. And he has to deliver. You can't be backed this much and what's coming in the summer and then not deliver. There has to be a deliverance. So I'm not worried. And I'm ready to go through what we need to go through and give the opportunity to change the squad, change this team. And then after that, once everything's in place, okay, let's see what we can do. And then Graham Potter has to deliver. But I have to be honest, with the players that we've already got in now, getting Felix in, getting Mudryk in, getting Enzo in, and getting the other players in like Badiashile and some of the other lads, I'm sorry, but that's good enough to make a difference right now. Up until the end of the season, I expect us to be performing better than what we've been prior to the transfer window or during the window where we were just looking horrendous. I aim and I hope to see us do better. We have to be playing better. Doesn't mean we're going to get top 4. We're not going to get top 4. In my eyes, it's just unrealistic because it's just too far. It's possible, but it's just too far. There's so many factors that go against us for that to happen. But for us to be playing at a level that other teams can see and go, whoa, they're playing like a top 4 side. They are playing like a top 4 side. That's all we can ask for right now. And if we do that, happy days. If we're not doing that, something's wrong. I'm sorry. This team now, I was saying prior, the team is good enough to be playing a certain standard. The team now is more than good enough to be playing a certain standard. A standard. That's all I ask for the rest of the season. A standard. So I expect to see a different Chelsea. Not the finished article, but I expect to see a different Chelsea to what we saw prior because that was ridiculous. So let's wait and see. We start that journey against Fulham. Now, in terms of team news, we get into team news, and Graham Potter did in the press conference earlier today, which I think was the first time everyone was actually waiting to hear what Graham Potter had to say. Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Sterling and Ruben Loftus-Cheek are back in the squad. They won't be playing 90 minutes tomorrow, but they are available. So I'm expecting to see movement on the bench in the second half tomorrow against Fulham. Wesley Fofana did train today, is with the team, but will not be taking part tomorrow. Bit too soon. However, that's a great boost for us. We absolutely needed that. Kovacic is going to be out. Apparently, he got injured. Nothing too serious, but he's going to be out tomorrow, which means that we're going to have to shake things up in the midfield, despite Enzo coming into the team. Zakaria is still out. Kante is still out. Pulisic is still out. And Broja is still out. As well as Mendy, who is still away because of his surgery on his hand and whatnot. Kepa will be starting. So overall, it's not far off in terms of what we had prior to the madness in the transfer window, but there are some additions. Felix is still suspended. He is going to be serving his last suspension tomorrow, so he won't be there tomorrow, but after that he will be back. So without further ado, let's get into the starting 11 that I've gone with, that I think is reasonable, and I think deserves opportunity. So here it is. I'm going to put it straight on the screen for you guys. This is my 11. Now, I have to talk immediately for, I can't, wait for it. Wait. Behind Cucurella. There we are, this geezer. Enzo Fernandez. We're not sure if he's going to feature tomorrow. It depends if his work permit has come through in time. And as long as that work permit has come through and the paperwork has been sorted, he should be available. If he's available, Graham Potter couldn't confirm. If he's available, he starts without a doubt, without question. Even if he had one leg, mate, you are starting tomorrow. For sure. So, for me, what I've gone with a back 4. Forget the back 3 now. We've got enough power up front, I think, in this team now, even like this, to get something done. So I've the back 4, the composed central defenders, which right now are Thiago Silva and Badiashile. Badiashile brings this calm, collected aura about him. There's no panic with this guy. Ice cold, and I love that in any footballer. It's why I love Zidane. Zidane, you remember Zidane? He looked like he was playing with a cigarette, in his mouth. It's light work. Badiashile, in terms of a central defender, very cool, very composed, and we need that because we've been very erratic. We make a lot of mistakes at the back. When things start to go wrong, all of a sudden passes get sent out for a throw, and it's just this chaos, right? Or you pass to the goalkeeper and you put him under pressure. Badiashile shows composure. Thiago Silva next to him, who is looking to stay. He wants another extension. Thiago Silva is an absolute legend. He was watching the women train as well and giving them their support. I mean, Thiago Silva, man, what a guy. He honestly, I never thought I'd say this. He deserves a statue. He really does deserve a statue. So Thiago Silva next to Badiashile. Right back has to be Azpilicueta. Reece James is on the bench. Left back Cucurella. Ben Chilwell is on the bench. I'm expecting to see movement maybe tomorrow. If they don't feature, then the game after they might be in contention. But tomorrow might be the last time we see Aspi and Cucurella as our fullbacks. I don't mean this in a bad way, but hopefully until the end of the season. Because I want Reece James and Chilwell back in. And then Chilwell will be competing with Cucurella, of course. But Aspi definitely not competing with Reece James. Reece James is Reece James, and he's probably back for the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens there. Now in midfield, I would have gone Enzo Kovacic. That would have been dirty. From the get-go, that would have been ridiculous. That would have been an instant upgrade, right? Kovacic is out. Jorginho has been sold. So I can't put Jorginho in the team. So there's not much availability. I am not going to put Gallagher in a double pivot. I'm sorry, it's not happening. No. Loftus-Cheek is on the bench. He's not playing 90, so no. So there's no one else. Chukwuemeka, who's made a great impression, who looks solid, who looks like he knows what he's doing. He's calm as well, and he doesn't play with any pressure. He's strong, he's fast, he's dynamic. Put him alongside Enzo. Enzo, look, I think a lot of people mistake him as a standard DM. He's not a DM. But even when playing a little bit offensively, even if he's in the double pivot, the man does seek and destroy. He gets tackles in, he gets stuck in, he wins possession. Even if it means he has to drop deeper, which he can do. He can go into the position of a DM, right? Even though he's not. When people hear DM, they think Makalele. No, that's not. Yes, that's a type of DM, but you can get other types of players in that position of the pitch. Enzo can track back into that position and do the dirty work for you. But he is someone that is going to dribble. He is someone that's going to go with the 1-2s, that is going to move, that is going to try and attack, that is going to contribute to goals. He is going to be that midfielder. He is a traditional, standard, box-to-box, complete midfielder. So, alongside Chukwuemeka, I think there's going to be a little bit of this going on. You know, one stays back, one goes forward. One goes forward, one stays back. And they bounce off each other. Alongside that, we could, at times, and I'm looking at Mount here. And this is why I've played Mount there. I'm not putting Mount as a 10. I'm putting Mount as a second 8 in transition on the offence. If it comes to it where one of Chukwuemeka or Enzo, more likely Enzo, because Enzo's more technical and more the dribbler, goes forward, Chukwuemeka can tuck over, protect, and then Mount alongside Enzo as 2 8s. That 3 right there can transform. If you just turn the triangle, can turn into 1 6 and 2 8s. And that's where I'm looking at Enzo and Mason Mount. Mount, and I'll come to Mount and Havertz in a sec. Ziyech on the right-hand side, look, the whole move to PSG went absolutely wrong, right? And I still can't tell whose fault that was. It looks like Chelsea's fault. I have to be honest. It does look like Chelsea's fault, but we don't know the 100% truth yet. You know, we've got PSG saying it's Chelsea's fault. We've got Chelsea blaming the tech and the emails. I don't know, right? Even though I struggle to believe that we can't get an email right. So Ziyech is probably feeling very hard done by. Ziyech is going to be an important one to try and keep happy up until the end of the season. And not just keep happy for the sake of it, but to be honest and go, look, it's not Potter's fault. It's not the team's fault. This comes from above. Please, what's done is done. When we get to the summer, we will accommodate everything for you if you want to go. But for now, can you please stay professional? And when we call upon you, can you please deliver? Like... We haven't got any other wingers at our disposal right now. Sterling is still... He's going to be on the bench tomorrow, but he's not going to be playing 90. Pulisic is not available. Felix is suspended. So we have to go with Ziyech. And I'm not going to stick Mason Mount on the right-hand side just for the sake of it. I want Mason and Kai Havertz I'm coming to very shortly. But Ziyech is going to have to do the job tomorrow on that right-hand side, and hopefully he can deliver. Mudryk on the left, because it's Mudryk, and he plays on the left, and hopefully he's going to be contributing very, very nicely. And this is where I look at Kai Havertz as well as Mason Mount. Mason Mount now has Enzo next to him. Kai Havertz now has Mudryk next to him. Soon he's going to have Felix in the mix as well. Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, this is where you have to step up now. There is no passenger time anymore. That time is over. If you don't step up, you will step aside. We have to see improvement in form from both Mace and from Kai Havertz. If not, you are going to get outshone. You are going to get outperformed by these new ballers that are coming in that we know are going to do the business. So hopefully Mount is going to be under pressure in a good way for him to step up. Kai Havertz is going to be under pressure for him to bury it and put it in the net. Put the ball in the net now. You're up front. You have to deliver. You're going to be getting balls on a plate for you now. You have to stick them in the goal. It's as simple as that. So, not just for tomorrow, for the rest of the season now. Mount and Havertz under a microscope. There's no more passenger time. You have to, and honestly, my belief is that they will step up. My belief is that if the quality around them steps up, they automatically will take themselves to a next level. And they have to. They're forced to. They have to push themselves. or they get left behind. And if they do get left behind, believe me, they will be exposed. They will be exposing themselves. It'll be a case where each and every one of us will watch a game and go, "No, he can't do it. He can't do it." It'll be clear because the quality around them will be shining. So you either shine with them or you expose yourselves. Hopefully they deliver. And this is why I'm sticking them in the 11, because I want them to shine now. I want them to prove themselves, and I want them to improve and get to the standard of the new guys that are around them, because they have to. And if they do that, it's in all of our benefit. So hopefully they deliver tomorrow and we get 3 points. So that, ladies and gentlemen, would be my starting 11. If we go to a score prediction, I am honestly feeling positive tomorrow. I think any nerves that we had with these new arrivals are going to be gone. I'm feeling a very positive vibe. I'm feeling a bit of excitement. The fans are going to be up for it, especially for the new lads. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But tomorrow against Fulham, despite Mitrovic being available, which he wasn't for the last time we played Fulham, and they still beat us, I am going with a Chelsea 2, Fulham 0. Going 2-0. I'd like to say more, but I'm going 2-0. Especially at the Bridge, buzzing atmosphere, hopefully a 2-0 win. Let me know down below how you feel it's going to go down. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow after it's all said and done for the match review. So thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you then. Take care and peace.